The Night Witch, 6 Beginner Tips. To make matters worse, the title isn't exactly easy, and you're faced with several tough battles within the first few hours of your adventure. But the game isn't impossible. Once you get a hang of things, you can make significant progress. To help you get there, this is a collection of tips and tricks that will assist new players. 1. Use cover. During many parts of the game, you will have to fight plenty of enemies at once. The main method of surviving these encounters is to dodge all the incoming projectiles. But that can be quite tricky if you're up against a lot of adversaries. Therefore, don't be afraid to use the environment to your advantage. If your opponent's bullets can't phase through walls, you can sneak behind cover, wait for their shots to miss, and peek out to fire your own. It's more reliable than relying on your evasive skills. 2. Explore every path. The Night Witch doesn't contain a large open world, but it isn't entirely linear either. In fact, there are a bunch of paths in the game that take you away from your objective. And they're generally worth exploring. They can often contain things of interest, such as UP coins, prisoners, or arcane beacons. As this is a Metroidvania title, though, some paths will be blocked off until you have the required ability to get through. Even these paths are worth exploring, as you can keep a mental note of their locations and visit them later when you have the power that is needed. 3. Some spells work through walls. A lot of the enemies you face sit out in the open, ready to fight or die. However, stationary foes like turrets are often stuck behind walls, ready for you to get into their line of sight. To beat these types of machines, you usually engage in vicious one-on-one firefights, where the best shooter wins. Alternatively, you can avoid that by attacking the helpless enemy through a wall. This is because some of your spells in the game can phase through the environment. So, if you have spells like Shockwave and Hand Cannon, you can attack adversaries while remaining safe. 4. Manual and auto-aim both have their uses. The game allows you to make use of either manual aim or auto-aim during your adventure. Yet, it isn't a setting you switch on or off. Instead, if you aim in a direction while firing, it's manual. Whereas, if you just hit the fire button, you'll automatically shoot toward the enemy. You may have an aiming preference, but they are both useful for different situations. For example, if you're amid an ambush and surrounded by enemies, you can likely take them out quicker with auto-aim. Plus, without having to aim, you can focus more on evading incoming fire. Yet, shots while manually aiming do more damage. This makes it a good option when up against a boss or another tough enemy. 5. Use arcane beacons to recover health. The sight of an arcane beacon is always a welcome one in the Night Witch, as it serves as a checkpoint of sorts. Plus, it also allows you to do a few other things, like edit your spell deck and train. Another thing it does is completely recover your health. This can come in handy, as there aren't always hearts around. Therefore, if you're near death, don't be afraid to return to a prior arcane beacon to get a pick-me-up. Yet, watch out, as interacting with an arcane beacon can make some enemies respawn. 6. Learn your spells. Throughout your adventure, you will acquire an abundance of different spell cards. They allow you to perform a variety of distinct moves and abilities. But this isn't like a typical strategy card game. The hectic nature of the combat means you don't often get much chance to think about which of the cards you want to play. So, it's a good idea to familiarize yourself with each of the spells in your deck to make yourself well aware of what they do and when is the best time to use them. As a result, you would need less time to decide which to use in battle. The training palace you can access from the arcane beacons can help with the familiarization process.